Hello, you guys. My name is Kalen Perez. I'm really excited to share my story with you. I just feel like we can help so many people in what we have to offer, the things that I have learned, and I just can't wait to tell you more. So first off, I am a nurse of 20 years. I would never come on here and share things with you that I haven't tried myself and been on for a while and haven't looked into before recommending it to you. So I hope that somebody who loves you and cares about you is sharing this with you in the hopes of helping you as well with whatever problems you may have from my experience. So in 2006, it was January 8th. It was actually my sister's birthday. It was 18 and a half years ago. I was zipping through a ravine at my friend's ranch with my 3 friends right here. And I was accelerating, going around and thinking I knew what I was doing. I wasn't very experienced at all on 4-wheelers, actually no experience at all. Side note, y'all be very careful on this thing, on these things. Needless to say, I went around, meant to brake around this little cliff, but I accelerated and the 4-wheeler flipped over on me, landing on top of my back. I don't remember a whole lot besides like a book, a movie flipping through my head of my 5-year-old daughter going through, and I landed between a rock and an ant pile. And my friend right here on this side, Carrie, she said she almost ran over my head. Thank God she didn't. But I landed and it hurt really, really bad. I was in excruciating pain. I knew I wasn't paralyzed because I could wiggle my fingers, wiggle my toes. And as a nurse, I was just like, I'm okay, I'm okay. But I was in severe pain. They called the ambulance. I couldn't lift my hips up. They transferred me to 2 different medical facilities, where I ended up with 3 breaks in my back. And from there, I ended up with double collapsed lungs and an ileus and all the fun things in the world. So within 2 weeks, I had 3 breaks. One was very severe. It was all the way through my vertebrae and about to sever my spinal cord. The other, one of them was pretty moderate, and the other one was more like just kind of like a mild fracture, almost like a hairline type fracture thing. But they ended up having to put 6 screws and 2 rods in my back from my T12 to my L2. There's the 6 screws. They are massive. That's the front view of them with the 2 rods. They had also put a battery, bone growth stimulator plate pack in my lower back, which I had that removed 8 months later to help stimulate the vertebral growth and all the things. When they took that out, there was a ton of scar tissue in my lower back, which has also contributed to a ton of inflammation and pain and just constant irritability. So living with those things the last 18 and a half years has been very hard. Anyone living with chronic pain can attest to that. It's just non-stop. Non-stop trying to find ways of how to help your inflammation, how to just get comfortable when you're sleeping, how to get out of bed without feeling like you're 80 and needing WD-40 on your, bones before you can move. I have been sleeping on ice packs up until around March of this year, every single night practically. I would walk around the house with them bandaged around on my back. I have tried everything, you guys. I've got cupping machines. I've got massage guns. I have a little pack that I would hang upside down from my back patio to decompress my back. It's like a little yoga trapeze thing. I've got heating pads. I have done all the things in the world. There's a picture of some of the things I took a picture of the other day. Epsom salt baths. I've done fascia release. I've done acupuncture mats. I've done all the little supplements to try to get my inflammation and my pain down. In 2022, my back really started bothering me in a different way. It was hurting intensely, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. I went and got MRIs done, long bone studies done. At this point, it was early 2023, and I had such severe pain. It ended up with me in the ER. I couldn't breathe. It felt like a brick was in my back. No matter what I did, I could not relieve this pain. And I would just cry. I just remember crying by myself in the bathtub, after I would try to go run or work out. It just was miserable. I would go cold dip at the gym for up to 15 minutes just to try to relieve a little bit of that inflammation and get by a little bit. I was going to get acupuncture from my acupuncture guy, which I'm so grateful for because he did help relieve the pain for like 8 hours into the next day. He would also cup my back. I don't know if you can see that as well, kind of groovy. And those type of things were helping, but it was very expensive, right? When I got my MRI done, the doctors couldn't figure out what was going on because my screws were not broken like I thought they were. That's what it felt like. It just felt like my body wanted them out. And there was just so much pain there and crepitus and like popping. I couldn't lay down and do crunches anymore because it just hurt so bad to come up. And it was just a miserable feeling. So after the MRIs and long bone study scans and all the things that they did, I did have a contracture up to my neck one day where I could not breathe at all. Like I hurt so bad. I walked into my chiropractor's office to see if maybe it was a pinched nerve or something. And he sent me to the ER. From the ER, I've just been living on pain pills and muscle relaxers, sometimes up to 2 to 3 times a day. And that was since early 2023, like probably January, end of 2022, around there. So that was not fun at all because there was nothing that they could do. The pain doctor here, my surgeon, said, well, we can take them out, but it's going to be messy. And I'm like, okay, I don't want a messy surgery. Like, that doesn't sound good. So I consulted with a surgeon in Austin who saw everything, and he said, well, let's try a pain center first. So then I was going to this pain center down here in Corpus and getting injections in my back. So they did I have severe facet arthropathy, which is kind of like arthritis, bone on bone in my facet joints. The pedicle screws, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with that until one of my massage therapists called me up and said, I know what's wrong. It's lactic acid buildup. So I was doing injections in my back, steroid injections. I did a nerve block on my screws because I didn't care if a homeless man had cut me open and taken them out. It hurt so bad. I just wanted them out of my body. It was like my body was starting to reject my screws after all this time. They also did injections in I have a torn disc at my L5 now. And so they were doing all of these things to try to help me. It got to the point where I was taking hydrocodone and my muscle relaxers, like I said, 3 times a day. I hate to admit that, but that was just the level I had gotten to. And sometimes just hiding the fact that I was taking another one just to get through the day. Even when I was at work, I would have to take the muscle relaxers and pain pills, which isn't a good feeling. So in November of 2023, the very end of last year, my friend Courtney Watkins called me up because I was doing those lactic acid lymphatic drainage massages like 2 times a week. I was doing acupuncture all the time, spending tons and tons of money just trying to be comfortable for 8 hours at a time, right? I would go cold dip, like I said, in the pool, spending $130 a month, paying a membership just to go cold dip for 8 minutes because that's what made me feel good. Ice packs. God, I loved my ice packs. Anyways, Courtney called me up and she's like, you just need to try these. Just please try them. And I'm like, no, I can't afford another thing. Like, I can't do it. I'm spending too much money on all this other stuff and I feel guilty already. She said, you know what? I'm going to send it to you for free. She sent me a whole month supply for free. And this little blue bottle here is the Pro Tandem NRF2. And this is the little pill that's inside of it. So I started on these products, and by December, I ran a half a marathon. Didn't have to take any pain pills, muscle relaxers, any of that garbage. And that was after a month of using these products. And I couldn't believe that I felt so good. I ran good. I felt good. It was great. Went through December without the samples because I had run out, right? I used them for a month and ran out. And I was just craving them. I didn't know why I wanted them or why my body wanted them, but I knew I needed them. There was just something about them and not having them in my body anymore that I knew I needed to have. So I called her up in January and I said, all right, get me on these products. I signed up as a rep at that point in January just for the pricing, and I know the perks. I was in another business that I couldn't really sell at the time, or I didn't feel right about doing another company. So I started using them, and I have been using them every single day since January of 2024. one little pill a day and one little bottle of collagen. So this Protandim NRF2 activates your NRF2 pathway to flip the switch to help your body reduce oxidative stress by 40% within 30 days. What oxidative stress does is it creates the environment for your cells to become unhealthy and to welcome disease processes. Disease processes from inconvenient diseases such as my back pain, arthritis type of stuff, to terminal diseases such as cancers, rheumatoid thing, autoimmune disorders, all of that kind of stuff, diabetes, cardiovascular disease. When your cells are damaged, disease is welcomed in, all right? Oxidative stress is what causes your cells to be damaged, causes inflammation, causes lactic acid buildup, causes all of these things, right? So that's what was going on with my back. Therefore, all of this little stuff helped to reduce that stress, reducing the inflammation, reducing the pain. And that is why I feel better. That is why I can move again. That's why I get out of bed without hurting. That's why I don't have to take these stupid prescriptions anymore. It's why I can run better. I can go downstairs without holding on. I can work out and deadlift again. I can do so many more things. I don't remember the last time I slept on an ice pack. It's been so long. I'm not having to cold dip. I haven't done that since probably January, February. I don't even remember when. And it's kind of like just so eye-opening to what can happen when you actually activate your body to turn on, to do the God-given things that are there naturally instead of trying to put a Band-Aid on it. With all of this stuff, you guys, like, I can't tell you how much I have done, and that's because my back braces aren't even in that picture. So I highly encourage you, if you are feeling hopeless and if you're feeling like there's just nothing out there for you to help you, please, please, please give these two things a try with LifeVantage. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose, but so much to gain if you just take this one pill a day and this collagen. Your collagen here is activated from within as well. It increases your density by 100%, producing your collagen from within and replenishing it and maintaining it. It is actually helping people to gain more vertebral body disc height in their back. It's amazing, the research and the studies behind it, the x-rays we're seeing pre and post. I can't wait to go get mine redone in 6 months to a year and see the differences in my back from when they did everything last year. I'm so excited. So I highly encourage you to try these, recommend them. They have changed my life. I will tell you that this last 30 days, I have increased my intake to all of these pills right here in this one packet with my collagen every day. It's called the LifeVantage Protandim Tri-Synergizer Kit. So this has the NRF2, the Protandim, plus the NRF1 and the NAD. So that's going to help you not only at the cellular, but molecular level, and also give you those omegas and all the things that we need. So I've seen a great change adding these two in the last 30 days, kind of helping my skin, my hair, my nails. There's just something different about it. I also take Axio now for my brain health to help with my brain functioning and my cellular, my cell health in my brain. That helps reduce oxidative stress up there, preventing neurological disease, and it gives me a great energy boost in the afternoons. There's a caffeinated and a decaffeinated version. And I will tell you too that if you're interested in sharing this with your family and friends and making a business out of it, you are welcome to join us and help more people. We would love for you to spread the word. I can't believe I didn't know about this stuff before, and I just wish I had known about it. I can tell you, I wish I had known about this little yellow pill to give my dad. He passed away a couple of years ago from diabetes and cardiovascular disease. And had we been reducing his oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, I guarantee you he wouldn't have had so many problems. And, so many problems with aches and pains and collagen production. As we age, we lose 1 to 2% of our collagen per year. So it's really important that we don't just supplement it and put a Band-Aid on it, but we activate it within our bodies. All right, you guys, it's so important to reduce the oxidative stresses on our cells that we get from just being on our cell phones, from breathing air, from eating the foods we eat, from working, from the stress from kids. I've got 7 children myself and a few businesses, 3 kids my own. They did not all come out of me and 4 step kids, but we've got multiple businesses and a lot of stress, as I know you do too. So let's reduce that stress. Let's get healthy again. And I just wish the best for you. Please reach out to the person that sent you to watch this video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to hop on the phone with any of you guys and see what we can do to help you. All right. Take care and y'all have an amazing, amazing rest of your life. All right.